So there's a lot of articles out there about what is a twin flame sign, but there's not enough about what is not a twin flame sign. So today's video is dedicated to that, things that are not twin flame signs. Some of those may be present in twin flame relationships, absolutely, it can happen, but they're not enough to just make a verdict out of it. So yeah, it's very important to talk about those things, and because this is what actually helps people figure out who their true twin flame is and who is not. So in preparation for this video, I went to like those websites I used to browse when I first started my twin flame journey, and I had no idea. And yeah, back then I read a lot of signs of a twin flame, and like all of them, they were pretty weird, I'll be honest with you. And like they inspired a lot of the items on this list because like they are too good for this video, like to leave them out, right? So of course I had to include them. So yeah, and if you want to know the result of this research, back then when I first started my twin flame journey, I identified like 2 people as my twin flames that they were definitely not. One was a very toxic relationship, even like you could say like it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And the other was definitely not a twin flame. It wasn't a bad relationship per se, but it wasn't my twin flame, so it wasn't like my ideal perfect relationship. So yeah, and then with actual signs, I recognized my true twin flame, and I have made videos on that, like how you can recognize your twin flame, like the twin flame love list, all those things. So I've got you covered if that's the part of your journey where you're at. So the first thing that is not a twin flame sign necessarily is looking alike. So if you and this person have like similar facial features, similar like body type structures, it doesn't necessarily mean you're twin flames. So because yeah, like for example, you might look similar with members of your biological family, and they're definitely not your twin flame, right? So yeah, facial features, like your appearance, that's yeah, just a part of who you are, and it's a bit superficial to just base the verdict on whether someone is your twin flame or not based on that, right? It's just the appearance, right? Twin flame connection is much deeper than the looks. So yeah, some twin flames do look very much alike, but a lot of them really don't. So it's okay, like I wouldn't really count it as a sign or as not a sign. In this case, it's something that just is, and it's a bit irrelevant, right? To identify your twin flame, you need to go deeper than that, like what their core values are, what their vision for their life is, do you align there, all those things, like do they mirror you? Absolutely. And looking alike is not one of those things. The second thing that is also a big thing, like for a lot of people, and they consider it like a big twin flame sign, is big age gaps. And yeah, some twin flames have that. They might have like 20-25 years of an age gap, right? And yeah, that's appropriate for them, right? And where they are on their twin flame journey and their spiritual journey, some people manifest big age gaps. That's fine, as long as it's like appropriate and all that, right? So yeah, but it's not necessarily an indicator of a twin flame union, because I know a lot of twin flame unions that they have a big age gap, like 10-15 years, maybe even more, and there are some that just barely like have 1 or 2 years of an age gap. So yeah, it's not necessarily a twin flame sign, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much, right? So unless it's an issue in your union and your twin flame is like, we have an age gap, we can't be together, then you just go do the mirror exercise. But yeah, I would not count it as a sign. Another not twin flame sign necessarily is the instant recognition. So yeah, when you first meet your twin flame, there's a good chance that you might not know that they're your twin flame. This happens actually. And this can happen if you have an unclear image of who you truly are at the core as a being. And you might need to invite some contrast into your life to discover that, namely a false twin flame. Because yeah, let's say that you have in mind that you want to be like a super duper scientist, have a PhD and everything, right? And you want to do academics, and that's your life purpose. So yeah, your twin flame does something similar, right? So you would attract in your life a person that is very much academically oriented. So yeah, after a while you start to notice that you really don't want to do this anymore. You want to do something else instead, like care for animals, maybe. Open up a zoo, something completely different. And yeah, like this person doesn't seem to mirror that at all. Like they have no desire to work with animals. They don't like that. They're not like into that. They don't want pets. They don't care. Right. So, and there was like, yeah, you had all the other signs, 1111s and stuff. Yeah, that's still, you know, after a while, your twin flame needs to mirror you here, your new choice, or it's not like, yeah, or they're not your twin flame if they're not your divine mirror. So let's say this person, truly their life purpose is academics, and yours is like, you know, opening up the zoo, right? So yeah, like instantly you can see how you manifested this person because you believed at first that you had a false belief about yourself that you were not willing to let go of. And once you let that go, then you realize that, hey, this person might not be the one because we're very different here. We do not align, so it won't work. So yeah, it's very important to like be non-attached when it comes to the image of yourself that you have, and to be willing to explore and go deeper and really figure out who you are instead of attaching yourself to labels that maybe you or other people gave you once. Maybe your parents called you lazy when you were younger, so you're still holding on to that. It's safe to let it go, right? Or, you know, anything else, right? Or it could be something positive, like people calling you like very intelligent and very gifted when you were young. And now you're like an adult and you're like, okay, like I'm really attaching to my intelligence here. When, you know, it's a beautiful thing to be intelligent, but like you're more than that, right? You're a multifaceted being. So yeah, instant recognition might not really happen with your twin flame. So not necessarily a twin flame sign. The next not necessarily twin flame sign is that the relationship between you is challenging. Like there's a lot of like running and chasing, there's a lot of like intensity, and there's always an issue, there's always a reason why you can't be together, and it's like exhausting. I'm exhausted just saying that. Yeah, so this is not necessarily a twin flame sign. It can be the case if you are not familiar with any tools to heal twin flame separation. So if you aren't, grab the mirror exercise, it's linked below, because it's seriously designed for that. So might as well use it, you know, if you want to get result here. But yeah, having up and downs in your twin flame relationship, like it's not the norm, because it's based on divine love and it's actually very peaceful. If you're not willing to heal what your twin flame is showing you, yes, you will manifest that, definitely. But if a relationship is just challenging for no reason, then it's not necessarily a twin flame relationship. Many times actually, because like soulmates don't align with all your core values, and they don't mirror your choices. It sounds more like a soulmate or a false twin flame thing if it's extremely challenging and there's no like, you know, your healing doesn't work and it seems to get worse. Yeah, and it's very mentally exhausting. Then, you know, after a while, you realize that, hey, might not be my twin flame because I'm not supposed to feel mentally exhausted around them all the time. And yeah, again, as I said, if you have upsets that you're not willing to heal, of course, it's going to be challenging if this person is your twin flame. But the difference is that if it's your twin flame, it won't feel draining. Your relationship transforms and you begin to feel very peaceful and very, you know, happy. And it's very stable. So you don't need to worry about it being challenging after a while because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we figured this out, now we're together, on to new things. And of course there are challenges along the way, but it's nothing like crazy, and it's not like, you know, once you've healed separation of the core from your twin flame, you never have to doubt whether like they'll leave someday or something when you've permanently healed it. So yeah, if you have an up and down relationship, if it's like very challenging, very intense, not necessarily a twin flame sign. Might be a hard pill to swallow for a lot of you, but that's the truth. So next thing that is not necessarily a twin flame sign is the synchronicities, 1111, seeing different signs, seeing their name. It's not necessarily a twin flame sign because this can happen with a false twin flame as well. This can happen with a soulmate. So anybody the universe is guiding you to explore a potential twin flame connection with, you might have this one with them, and that's okay because you're still exploring, you're getting clear. So there's nothing wrong with that. So like I would take those synchronicities with a grain of salt because again, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's this person, but it means that you're being guided that way for a purpose. So it's safe to go all in and love this person fully and see like if they are the one or not. And if they're not, you just love them fully, you let them go, and with, you know, grace and gratitude, and, you know, you go on with your life. And that's how you attract your true twin flame, because you're willing to take the journey, you're willing to take the steps. So that's why it happens, your union. Good. So the other, not necessarily a twin flame sign, is telepathy. And it's similar with synchronicities. Like, you might have telepathy with a lot of different people. You might experience like a very close emotional connection, maybe, like you think what the other person's thinking. And yeah, this happens to me lately with a very close friend of mine. Like, I'm definitely clear she's not my twin flame, she's just a friend, right? So she might be soul family, sure, but yeah, I know who my twin flame is. But, you know, I still have, like, we think the same thing at the same time. It's really funny when it happens. But yeah, like, it can happen with anyone, not just your twin flame. So yeah, because you're designed to have like other relationships as well with people, not romantic ones or sexual ones, that's just for your twin flame, but you're designed to have close relationships with other people. So yeah, it's no surprise that telepathy and like the soul connection can happen with pretty much anybody. So yeah, can it be present in twin flames? Absolutely. You can have twin flame telepathy, you can like think about the same thing at the same time, or like text each other at 11:11 without knowing. That can happen. But it's not like enough to get a full verdict on it. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that very much. I just think it's like a fun little thing from the universe. So yeah, the final thing that is not really a twin flame sign is if you're opposites, if you'd identify you and this person as opposites. So yeah, we all know the thing that opposites attract, but it's not really true, because like it doesn't sound very harmonious. It doesn't sound like something that would last a long time. But yeah, it can be intense and fun at first, but then it fizzles out, so not very sustainable in the long run. But you and your twin flame are actually divine complements. So you're not really opposites, you're on the same team, like same being, but you each complement the other. You have talents that fit each other. It's like the yin and the yang, pretty much. So not really opposites in this case. If you feel like this person is like your polar opposite, and like you know, I saw this recently, like, oh, one twin flame being like a narcissist and the other like being whatever. Not coming, don't remember the word right now, but it's like, no, it's not really a thing. And yeah, like, I would like to clarify here that like, it's never okay to like accept any type of abuse. So like, whether this person is your twin flame or not, it's safe to put boundaries here against this type of behavior. So yeah, like, don't get played here. Like, have your boundaries, and that's a great form of self-love. And you don't really have to sacrifice your well-being or your health or your mental health, right? That's all one, to be with one person. That's not really loving, and not something that is recommended. It's yeah, like, do I really need to explain why that doesn't serve anybody? So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you're experiencing that, please have strong boundaries, take care of yourself, and yeah, it's safe to not accept any type of this thing, right? And it's okay to, like, even if you're sure this person is your twin flame, you can take space in your union to heal whatever they're showing you, if you feel like you really can't be together with this thing happening. So yeah, after this small side note, yeah, like, it's not about opposites in this case, it's about divine complement. So if you feel that person is your opposite, like, you need to go deeper, right? Because you're supposed to have the same core values, the same vision. So if you're opposites, how do you marry those things, right? How can you be with this person sustainably? So yeah, I'd encourage you to go deeper here. And if they're still not like, if you still don't reveal that those things match at the core, then, you know, let them go, right? Not everybody fits with everyone. You actually have a twin flame, and maybe it's not this person, but definitely they're out there. Or more like, not out there exactly, because that's a bit separation consciousness based, but yeah, you need to take the inner journey. They're within you always. And yeah, to manifest them in the physical, you need to take the journey, and this involves a lot of healing. So yeah, definitely would encourage you to do your mirror exercises. If you would like more help with it, I'd be happy to help you with that. You can request a free consultation with me, or you can reach out to me and I can help you. And yeah, like, keep going, right? Because persistence really helps on this journey, and being 100% committed to seeing your results, that also is what will get you there. So yeah, that was today's video. I hope it brought you a lot of clarity. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.